Okay, camera enthusiasts, get ready because the eagerly anticipated Sony A75, yes, the true replacement for the beloved A74, is finally making an appearance thanks to some incredibly credible leaks and verified codes. But let's dissect it all before you get too excited. What is true? What remains in the possibly trendy? Most importantly, is this time around truly worth the money you're spending? Let's discuss what we currently know and what we anticipate from the Sony A75. Let's be honest, Sony's A7 line has pretty much shaped the full-frame mirrorless world since it dropped. Remember the A7 III? That was a total game changer back in 2018 at $1999. Then came the A74 in 2021, a jump to $24.99, and yeah, a big leap in both performance and price. So now 2025, enter the A75. And yep, the price is going up again. No surprise, right? We've already spotted a confirmed camera model code WW084220 registered in May 2025 that confirms manufacturing is happening in Wuxi, China, and it's definitely the A75. This isn't a rumor anymore. The A75 is real. But what are you actually getting for that higher price tag? First off, depending on your location, you're going to see very different prices for the A75. In the US, you're looking at around $27.99 for the body-only version, and some sources even hint at $29.99. That's a pretty steep climb from the A74's launch price. But hey, the US has added new tax policies. And if you're in Asia, countries like India are adding customs charges plus VAT, which means the final price could feel, well, brutal. So the big question is Sony just raising prices because they can? Or is the A75 packing enough new tech to justify it? Let's get into the specs. Now, here's where it gets super interesting and a little confusing. There are two possibilities when it comes to the A7V sensor. Based on the info that's floated around over the last year, there are credible signs pointing in two directions. First one is a 44 megapixel BSI CMOS sensor, and another one is a 33 megapixel stacked COS sensor. So, which one is it going to be? Well, we don't have the final confirmation yet, but if Sony wants to compete seriously with cameras like the LiQWYD or even their own RX1R Mark III, a 44 megapixel sensor could make a lot of sense. More resolution, more detail. Great for pros and hybrid shooters who need flexibility in cropping and printing. But, and this is important, going for a stacked 33 megapixel sensor could offer crazy speed and processing power. Less resolution, but better readout times and low light performance. So honestly, both options make sense. It's really going to depend on what kind of shooter you are. Alright, here's something we can get excited about. The A75 is expected to feature Sony's Bian's XR image processor, which is already a beast in models like the A1 and FX3. Combine that with an AI-based real-time tracking AF system, and you're looking at serious subject recognition and focus accuracy, whether you're tracking faces, eyes, animals, or cars speeding down a racetrack. But here's the kicker. With AI now baked deeper into autofocus, the A75 could handle even trickier scenes. Backlit subjects, busy backgrounds, quick movements, all while sticking focus like glue. Sounds promising, right? Still, let's not forget AI tracking can sometimes be unpredictable in very low light or when there's complex movement. Hopefully, Sony's got this ironed out better than previous models. Now, let's talk video because that's where Sony's really pushing boundaries. We're hearing that the A75 will offer 4K 16-bit RAW output along with support for Slog 3 and Sinotone. Translation: it's going to be a dream camera for content creators, YouTubers, and indie filmmakers. You'll likely be able to shoot high dynamic range footage, grade it beautifully in post, and still retain all that cinematic texture Sony fans love. But here's the thing. If the A75 doesn't offer 6K or full-frame 4K at 60 frames per second, some people might feel let down. It's 2025. These features are becoming standard on even mid-tier models. Now, one of the confirmed highlights is 8-stop 5-axis and body image stabilization. That's massive. That means you could be walking, shooting handheld, maybe even on a bike, and still get smooth, usable shots. But here's the question. Will it work just as well in real-world conditions? Specs on paper can only say so much. If Sony nails this, handheld video and still shooting will feel incredibly natural. If not, well, tripods are back in fashion. Also, dual card slots, CF Express Type A and SD is back, which is great news for hybrid shooters juggling high bitrate video and stills. As far as the body goes, no confirmed redesigns just yet. But since it's a continuation of the A7 line, don't expect any radical changes. That familiar, sturdy Sony build quality is almost guaranteed. Probably weather-sealed, lightweight with deep grip and customizable buttons. Exactly what pros expect. Now, here's the final takeaway. The Sony A75 is clearly being positioned as a serious hybrid tool, aiming to balance photography and videography with a high-end sensor, better processing, improved stabilization, and next-gen autofocus. But is it perfect? Probably not. If Sony goes with a 33-megapixel sensor instead of 44-megapixel, some photographers might feel like they were hoping for more. If it doesn't include full-frame 4K 60p or oversampled 6K, filmmakers may look elsewhere. And of course, there's the ever-growing price. That's always going to be a hurdle for many. So, what do you think? Is the A75 shaping up to be your next camera upgrade? Or does the rising cost, sensor uncertainty, or lack of major design shifts have you holding back? It's really going to depend on what kind of shooter you are. Hopefully, Sony's got this ironed out better than previous models. Let us know in the comments because this conversation's just getting started. And hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and we'll keep you updated the moment Sony makes things official.